Well, it's returned to our top story that is coming in from Sri Lanka, where it seems that there is complete chaos and mayhem this morning in the Sri Lankan legislature or the parliament. Now, the parliament met this morning and Rajapaksa sat on the Prime Minister's chair. Remember, Rajapaksa is the chosen or the choice of President Sri Sena, after which he made a speech where he slammed the Speaker and the UNP, which is led by the other faction, that is Ranil Wickremesinghe. Rajapaksa accused Ranil Wickremesinghe of running the country's economy, ruining the country's economy, and said that the ousted PM borrowed money from abroad. Rajapaksa also said that Sri Sena invited him to become Prime Minister. He said he will continue as the Prime Minister of the island nation. After his speech, scenes of unruly behavior were seen inside the house. Some lawmakers threatened the Speaker. Bottles were also thrown, as were dustbins, in the air. One lawmaker was injured, we believe, and even taken to hospital. So completely unruly scenes there inside the Sri Lankan parliament. The House met this morning after, remember, the president, that is Sri Sena, refused to recognize the Supreme Court order saying that the dissolution of Parliament was not to be done. And Ashwin, my colleague, is now joining us for the very latest on what has transpired in the last couple of minutes inside the Parliament. And Ashwin, take us through all that happened in the last hour or so inside Parliament.
Well, this morning at 10 o'clock, the Parliament sat. So Speaker Karu Jayasuriya was presiding the chair, and immediately the House started. He made an announcement that due to the yesterday's motion, there's no Prime Minister in the country. So that was a starting point, and Mahinda Rajapaksa camp was not happy to hear that notice from the Speaker, and eventually it came to a point where Mahinda Rajapaksa was allowed to deliver his speech, which we all anticipated. So during his speech, Rajapaksa said the president has invited him to take over the country, which he has willingly accepted, and he will definitely take the country forward. And he specifically mentioned that during the last few years, the Wickremesinghe government has ruined the economy, and he vowed to uplift the economy and develop the nation. So he specifically mentioned that even though the Rajapaksa's name was tarnished during the Wickremesinghe era, there was no allegations as such, and he will definitely bring the culprits to the book.
All right, Ashwin, as you've also been reported that Rajapaksa was actually sitting in the Prime Minister's chair, and so this constitutional crisis continues, and this goes back to courts, we believe, and there will be a verdict in December.
Yes, of course, there will be, because everybody is looking forward to see the Supreme Court decision on the 7th. But soon after Rajapaksa delivered this speech, government MPs stood up and cheered in favor of Rajapaksa. But however, unfortunately, MP Lakshman Kiriyalla moved a motion requesting the Speaker to conduct a vote, so that it's more like a no-confidence motion. So then we had a problem. Everybody in the House had an issue with regards to the no-confidence motion, and then the House broke loose.
Right. And of course, the President in all of this has maintained that the voice vote or the no confidence vote was unconstitutional, and the President has the power to sort of decide who the Prime Minister is, essentially, and that person doesn't need to have to go through a vote of confidence.
I beg your pardon, come again?
And all of this, Ashwin, the President, of course, has maintained that it was unconstitutional to have the no vote of confidence in Parliament, and has also argued that the President has the choice to decide who the Prime Minister is.
Exactly. That was mentioned in his letter, which was written to the Speaker, Karu Jayasuriya, yesterday, and it was another factor that led the Rajapaksa camp to behave very badly inside the Parliament today. and we saw the speaker's chair was being approached by the Rajapaksa camp, and it was almost like speaker being held at ransom sort of a thing. And to secure the speaker and to safeguard him from being thrown out from the chair, the UN pers reached the chair, and we saw Rajapaksa camp MP Dilum Amunugama being injured due to the clashes, and we saw water being thrown at the speaker, and dustbins and books were thrown at the speaker, and UNP lawmaker Harain Fernando and Rajapaksa camp MP Mahindanand Alutgamage exchanged cuffs and fits, and well, it went on, and ultimately the speaker had to get up and leave the chamber.